Good morning, everyone. This is Daniel. Welcome to Engelgeist. For those of you that are new, welcome. For those of you that are returning, welcome back. For those of you that support me over on Patreon, thank you so very much for your subscriptions. This is the daily forecast for all signs. It is a broad spectrum collective reading. You have to figure out if and where it fits in your life, if at all. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. Nothing's broken or wrong. You just might be working on something different at this time. This reading is originally created for Monday, January 30th. It is not solely set for that date. If you're seeing it on a different date and it's making sense to whatever you're dealing with in your life, by all means utilize it. If it doesn't fit, that's okay. For those of you that are new, please check out the drop-down menu. Underneath any of my daily videos, in there is some housekeeping rules, things I want you to think about when utilizing the channel, what decks I'm using, how to follow me on social media, and simple ways to support the channel. You can do that by subscribing, hitting the thumbs up button if you enjoy the content, leaving me a question or comment, or sharing the video out. I will be referring to the Sunday underpinning reading, which populates in the lower left-hand corner of this reading. Check that out if you hear me talking about cards that you don't see here. It gives you an idea of some of the energies that are underpinning some of these cards. So let's see what the cards want us to know. And our card is the King of Cups. Okay, so we are still on this royalty party. I don't know what's going on. We saw in the Sunday reading, first we have the Hanged Man, right? Which is Piscean energy, which also this King of Cups would coincide nicely with that because he is the water element, right? And Pisces is water sign. There is something that emotionally we might be tied to or feeling restricted by, challenged by, but we need to make a decision around, and we need to make that decision for ourselves, is how I feel, because these kings and queens this week feel like putting ourselves first. I don't know why I'm feeling that. That's not normally something that I feel with the court cards always, but I do feel like that's what they're trying to tell us, is that we're putting ourselves up on a pedestal this week. We're putting our decisions first, what we need. Now, with the Hanged Man underpinning this could be an emotional decision or an emotional reflection, time that we're connecting to, but we're doing so from a place of ideally authority, empowerment, finding a better solution or a better answer for ourselves first and foremost. The King of Cups is going to be, listening to his emotions around a situation. Oh my God, I can't believe it just came back out again. He's going to be listening to his emotions around a situation first and foremost, but then he's going to take action on them because he's a king, which is the element of fire, right? He's going to let that fire make those decisions for him, or his emotions will indicate what decisions he needs to make, and then he's going to take action on them. He's fairly intuitive, right? So there is a certain level of intuition, especially with the enlightenment that comes with the Hanged Man. So reflecting today, getting a little bit emotional, getting in our feels is not a bad thing. Tapping into that deeper wisdom from our emotions and what insight that can give us would be definitely optimum. Putting ourselves first, caring for ourselves, listening to what our emotions are telling us rather than what other people need from us or they're saying to us is going to be key. And making, maybe decisions around how we feel about certain situations or people or, things in our lives that need to be made are up for review. Let's say that. I'm just going to say that. Definitely feels like it's up for review, especially with that King of Swords that's coming at the end of the week. Right now, we may be working through it at the emotional level first and just be prepared for that, right? We want to feel this stuff, but to me, when I see the King of Cups, he feels it, but he doesn't get dragged down by it, is my feeling, right? He feels, to me, he always feels empowered and able to feel his emotions without getting lost in them. Sometimes, to me, the Queen of Cups can indicate getting lost in one's emotions, or maybe even the Page of Cups, but not necessarily the King or the Knight to me. So I feel like it's a good time for us to check in with ourselves emotionally and ask ourselves, what is it that we need? What is it that we desire or feel like we need in all of this? How do we need to be treating ourselves, or how does this situation or person need to be treating us? Are we deserving of this? Does this make us feel good? If it doesn't, then we need to make that decision and come into that awareness. And that might be the very awareness that we're looking for or finding with that Hanged Man. We could feel a little bogged down in our emotions, but the king will always rise because he is the king. So remember that if you are feeling a little bit of the feels. Now, this is why I laughed. In the Absolute Affirmations deck, today is a good day. It came back. This is the card that's underpinning for the week. And then the other card is, I am a magnet for a loving kindness. So let's read today is a good day one more time. Just as a reminder, folks, you're supposed to be saying this every day. Greet each day with an attitude of appreciation for the infinite possibilities that lie ahead. Proclaim that no matter what happens, you will make the best of this singular and unique day. Believe wholeheartedly that everything will work out in your favor, and it will. Set the tone by affirming, today is a good day. I think when we say that, we want to feel that too. It brings about this spring green healing and this light energy that associates with the heart chakra that allows us to be in our feels, but don't let our feels, even if we have a lot of feels around a situation, don't let them bring you down. Allow them to kind of empower you and lift you up to better inform you in what decisions you need to make for yourself. Let's look at the clarifiers. We have the Seven of Pentacles, serious contemplation. He kind of coincides nicely with the King because it is Pentacles and Cups. Seven of Pentacles is a card of looking at where we put our efforts in. Is now the time to bring in the harvest? Is now the time to... I almost get this feeling do I want to give to this situation anymore? It's kind of the feeling that I get with, especially this King contemplating, and then the Seven here. He's like, do I really want these Pentacles? Is this really my goal anymore? It's kind of the feeling. Let's look at the next card, the Three of Cups. This is about celebration, enjoyment. It can be about communication, celebrating with those that we love. To me, this is that card, today is a good day. Focusing on the positive, even if we are moving our way through some emotions or some, work that I don't want to say it's misplaced, but I get this weird feeling from that Seven of Pentacles, we're feeling that we need to change routes. And then the last card is the Magician, and this also speaks to the changing of routes. It's the number one card, right, in the Major Arcana. It's what do we need for ourselves? The focus needs to be on the self. It's why I'm feeling this with all these court cards. It's we need to be embracing our inner king and queen throughout this week. Taking action and creating new paths. And whatever we've been toiling away at through the Seven of Pentacles, we really need to kind of take stock or inventory of, is this really the thing that we wanted? Or is this really the thing that's... Is it bearing fruit, or is it just proving to be a lot of work at this point? And I think that part of the reason why I'm asking that is the joy that's in the Three of Cups kind of indicates to us maybe where we want to be with a situation, and the Seven of Pentacles might be where we've actually just gotten ourselves to with the situation, and the King of Cups is understanding that, he's feeling that, because he's automatically keyed into the Three of Cups. Does that make sense? Because they're of the same suit. So it's okay, I thought my joy was here, but maybe it's not, so I need to refocus on where is my joy at, and then I need to take my Magician and make it happen. Start to put that into action, start to forge new paths, open new doors, think about new opportunities, create this belief that today is a good day, and then allow that to be a good day. Let's look at the grounding stones. Remember, the grounding stone for the week is that grounding stone of energy. So keeping a focus on where our energy is at and where we're heading is going to be key during this week. But the grounding stone also on obsidian is wisdom. I'm going to say that the wisdom, because we have this underpinned by the Hanged Man, is going to be found in not only our intuition, but in our emotions. And because of the King of Cups. We may need to take some time out today to like sit with ourselves and how we feel, and then look at what we've been working on in the 3D and really consider whether or not the payoff is worth the level of work that we've been putting into it. And if some of us find that it's not, or it's no longer bringing us joy, then we need to seek out that joy through the Three of Cups. Phone a friend, do what you need to do, but find that joy again and start to create new ideas, opportunities, ways of thought, feeling through the magician. And the magician can create magic, right? He has all of the faculties at his disposal. So whatever we've been sort of toiling away at, that's maybe not paying off or bearing fruit, the realization or the wisdom is here for us to gain that enlightenment of the Hanged Man and move forward. We just need to maybe, I almost want to say, like, sit for a while and get into our feelings and our intuition and start to ask the right questions. And we will gain that wisdom. This wisdom is what the Hanged Man is, the enlightenment. We want to ground in what is the wisdom that I need to know to be able to move forward. That will bring us forward and release us from that hangman energy and bring us the enlightenment we need. That is your reading for the day. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, please hit the thumbs up button, subscribe to the channel, share the video out, and leave me a question or comment. I look forward to seeing you tomorrow to see how this all changes. Take care.